Hello and welcome back. I hope those adverts didn't put you off too much. We gotta make some money out of this bloomin' show. Before the break, we asked you if you could guess which famous video game character this is. Well, if you answered, it's a guy out of Final Fantasy IX, then you're correct, as no one could be bothered to remember his name. Not even Steve. It's that time of the show again where we recap the previous 9 before we get to our number 1. Despite it poorly masking the fact we can't be bothered to film any new footage.
Hey, what about the chainsaw? Everyone loved a chainsaw in Doom.
Oh, will you shut up about that chainsaw? We already had the chainsaw with Gears of War. We're featuring an even more awesome weapon. Guaranteed to offend everyone in the room without even firing off a round. Coming in at number 5 is the BFG 9000.
Making its first appearance in id's groundbreaking first-person shooter Doom, the BFG was the ultimate weapon in the game, totally obliterating anything in its path.
Now the BFG, or as they called it in the movie, the Bioforce gun. Yeah, we know it's not its real name. We're just not allowed to say big f***ing gun. Did you hear that, Wes? I just got bleeps.
Yeah, that's because you're not allowed to say big f***ing gun.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, f***. The BFG isn't just great for eradicating a room full of enemies, though. We took it online and obliterated a room full of 13-year-old Americans as well.
Oh, he's got the BFG! The BFG!
Oh, what a noob, noob! Oh, I wish we could kick this guy! Oh, look out! He's got that f***ing gun again! Oh, he's got me again! id was certainly onto something with Doom. It's interesting how every first-person shooter since still follows its style of weapons. From melee combat, to pistols, to machine guns, shotties, all the way up to the more futuristic style weapons. But they all pale in comparison to the mother of all, the BFG.
While it's made appearances in other games such as the Quake series and numerous homages in other games and media, it's the Doom lineage where the BFG claimed its fame and thus makes its way to number 5 on our top 10.
Still think we should have gone with the chainsaw.
You just had to ruin it for me, didn't you? Hail to the king, baby. As we come to our number 4 weapon from a game starring a Rick Astley of games. No, I don't mean he's an annoying ginger that gets on my nerves.
Hey!
I meant he's a character no one's seen hide nor hair of since his short-lived PS1 series.
Rick Astley has a series of PS1 games?
No. You're making me look stupid now because of that ginger line, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much so, yeah.
Touché. Well, let's cast our minds back to 1996 when people were enjoying Beavis and Butthead at the movies, Ace of Base on Top of the Pops, and at home on their lovely 14-inch CRT PC monitors, gaming to the full-blown adult FPS action that was Duke Nukem 3D.
Our favourite weapon from Duke Nukem 3D is the Shrink Array, a reverse canonised version of the mushroom in Mario.
What? That doesn't really make sense, does it?
I guess not, no.
And it's not just his weapon though, is it? It's also his boot.
But it is a really cool combination though.
That it is. There's nothing better in Duke Nukem than shrinking a load of enemies and squishing them with a big old Doc Martin to the head.
It's so cool, I can't wait to see if it's in Duke Nukem Forever. Forever.
I wonder what it's going to be like when it's released in 100 years' time.
Well, there's no way of finding out, so what's the point? The first of this episode's honourable mentions goes to quite possibly the most emo weapon in the entire world, the Gunblade. A weapon so bad that it's awesome. Quick lesson, the Gunblade is a gun with a blade at the end. So if it wasn't obvious from the name, then you're about as sharp as this sword is.
I mean, it sounds like it's being made up by a 6-year-old. And then what the hell are you supposed to do with it? It's a gun with an 8-foot sword on the end. I mean, if you try to swing it at someone, you'd end up breaking your wrist.
The only bonus this thing has, if you find yourself trapped on a desert island, you can use it to shave.
Or kill yourself.
Or kill yourself.
Yeah, you could stab and shoot yourself at the same time to make sure you've thoroughly done the job.
Whatever. When you first get your hands on the energy sword in Halo, it's pure awesomeness. taking out a load of enemies with a nice swipe to their head.
Though it wasn't always as fun online, especially when some complete kid chop you off halfway across the map with its mega lock-on. What a covenant. The thing about the energy sword is that it's the thing you want, but you don't want anyone else to have. As if they get close to you, there'll be more expletives shouting than Tourette's Convention 92.
The gravity hammer in Halo 3 was an awesome addition. Not only can you smack the crud out of people, but you can knock them for 6. And when we say 6, we mean like 6,000 meters. Yeah, baby!
Not only that, but it's pretty helpful for knocking away rockets. Pure awesomeness. And here we have the flamethrower. Quite possibly the most awesome weapon in the world.
No, Larry, that's one that you just made up that you want to be in a game.
But it's so cool! What you do with it is fire it at an enemy, and whatever teammates they have near them appear as the enemy, and they go off on a team-killing spree. Awesome!
That's an awful idea for a weapon. Has he gone? Now, Larry doesn't agree with me, but I think the lightsaber is a totally awesome weapon, and the ultimate toy that needs to be mentioned.
You're not talking about the lightsaber, are you?
No, I'm talking about how awesome the flamethrower is.
Good.
And finally, last but not least, is a very late addition to our list. So late, in fact, we literally had to write it in at the last second just to get it in the show on time. The portal gun.
The main reason it didn't appear on the top 10 list is the fact that it's more of a teleportation device rather than an actual weapon, and you can't actually kill people with it. Well, not without the assistance of a third party. If they'd have stuck some sort of laser missile launcher or something that shot sharks at people on the thing, it would have gone in right at number 1.
But it's an awesome weapon nonetheless, and really points to the future of weaponry.
What do you think would be the craziest weapon you could create from an animal?
How about a suicide hopping frog?
No, think of something crazier.
How about a gigantic worm that lives underground, can detect movement, and would leap out and chew you up?
No, you're just referencing the 1990 Kevin Bacon movie Tremors there. The best animal-based weapon could be found in the game Postal 2, and it's pure awesomeness.
The bovine bomb that is the anthrax cowhead. One whiff of this, and you'll be mooing your guts up. It's utterly disgusting.
I really like that. That's a bit cheesy.
Cheese comes from a cow.
No, it doesn't. It's a human-made product via the fermentation of milk.
Oh, you're just being sheepish now.
What? That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, we asked Running with Scissors CEO, an all-round nice guy, Vince Desi, what he thought about our highly coveted position for his invention.
Hey, it's Vince Desi from Running with Scissors. Wes, Larry, thanks a lot for number 3 on Best Weapon. What the f*** number 3? I gonna make a number 3 right now!
Yeah, thanks, Vince.
Now, while we could have written an entire episode just about the huge amount of awesome weapons Postal 2 has to offer, you can even use your own weapon. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I'm just going to use mine to water these plants. I'm a fireman. Nino, Nino.
Despite all the awesome weapons we heard about in Postal 2, it was the anthrax cowhead that put its stake in at number 3.
Sheep.
Ow. Ooh, that can't be good. Ooh, right in the stuff. Oof. Ow. Shit.
This is an important news bulletin. According to sources, there have been extreme nuclear-style explosions in some generic Greenland area. Reports have suggested that many people have been killed, and the entire dinosaur population has been made extinct as a result. We hand over to Leighton Buzzard, who's at the scene.
Thanks, Hamill. Down here you can see fog all around the area of the explosion. Apparently passers-by notice an extremely loud bang, followed by a blindingly bright light, before being totally cremated by the blast.
So have there been any survivors?
Apparently not. Reports that we stole from other news reporters state how the explosion killed several armed men, and every single dinosaur in existence.
And any idea who may have been the perpetrator?
But I've been overhearing reports there's some random Indian guy who apparently pulled out a nuclear device from his pocket and obliterated everything in sight. Except himself.
Wow, it really is foggy down there.
Yeah, apparently a lot of it is the ashes from the dead. So whilst I'm talking to you, I'm eating people.
Yeah, you can breathe dead people. Do you know what, Wes? Being a dinosaur hunter probably doesn't guarantee you much work in this day and age. But when you want a boo stick that will kill more scum dead than a swimming pool full of domestos, then you can't go much wrong than a fusion cannon from the early Nintendo 64 classic, Torque Dinosaur Hunter.
Best described as a nuclear warhead in your pocket, the fusion cannon was an almighty weapon that guaranteed you give every living creature on the entire level a sun factor tan of 5 billion. Though the side effects of them turning into ash were usually criticised.
Okay, well how about we get some other weapons to kill creatures that no longer exist, like a dodo flamethrower or a mammoth bazooka.
Those ideas are about as great as those animals' chances of making a comeback.
For its time, it was an unbelievably graphically impressive weapon, completely over the top and utterly awesome. It's our number 2 just for its sheer power. It's that time of the show again where we recap the previous 9 before we get to our number 1. Despite it poorly masking the fact we can't be bothered to film any new footage and are feigning some sort of added suspense to make us sound cool.
At number 10, we're getting cheap shots with a sniper rifle at 3 feet with the 50 cal.
We'll be going da-da, da-da, with the Landshark gun at number 9.
At number 8, we get turret syndrome with the laptop gun.
Wesley guffaws aplenty with the Fears Type 7 particle weapon at number 7.
Number 6 sees a Gears of War Lancer chainsaw give 13-year-old Americans an anatomical shave.
It's a BFG 9000 from Doom at number 5. That's a f***ing line.
At number 4, we're just here to kick back sides and chew gum with the Shrink Array.
Coming in for number 3 and best weapon is the Anthrax Cowhead in Postal 2.
At number 2, we cause a nuclear disaster with the fusion cannon.
And at number 1 for our most awesomest of awesome weapons goes to the most awesome...
Will you stop saying awesome?
Alright, awesome.
The 0-point energy field manipulator isn't just a weapon, it's also a tool.
Hang on, I thought we were talking about the gravity gun for number 1.
Yeah, we are.
So what's all this 0-point thingy you're going on about?
The 0-point energy field manipulator is the gravity gun.
We'll just call it the blooming gravity gun then.
Alright. Well, now, with the gravity gun, the environment is your weapon. Not only can you move cars, throw toilets, paint zombies, or simply just grab stuff you can't be bothered to walk over and get, your gravity gun doubles up as an awesome puzzle-solving device.
Whilst earlier in the game you'll find yourself chucking bricks, saw blades, boxes and anything else you'll find lying about, later on you'll be in possession of a souped-up gravity gun which lets you fling bodies around like the rug dolls they are. Oh you, come here. Now we're gonna go for a ride. Can you fly, Bobby?
Yes, there's plenty of fun to be had with the gravity gun. Throughout the game, whether it's solving puzzles, using it to cut zombies in half, or giving someone flying lessons, you'll never get bored.
Get bored? Then you can build yourself a house of some close-by bricks. Create an awesome jump for the buggy. Whee! Or even redecorate the place with a nice fresh coat of paint. Apple white.
The grav gun is the sort of thing that everyone now wants to...
Oh, now you're saying the grav gun and not the 0-point whatchamacallit.
The 0-point energy field manipulator is the sort of thing that everyone now wants to replicate, but just can't. The physics in Half-Life 2 just helped add to the experience, and that was what made the gravity gun just so awesome.
Smarty pants. Whilst in Half-Life 2 there have been other cool weapons at your disposal, it's the gravity gun which we think is the most awesomest. Would Half-Life 2 have been the same game without it? How would I know? I'm not psychic. But now physics is a new 3D and the in thing for all developers to follow.
If other weapons approached anywhere near the awesomeness of this gun, then we'd have an entirely different list.
And therefore, the last 22 minutes you've just spent watching would have been a complete waste of time.
But whilst most guns blow stuff up, the grav gun can do so much more. And that's why it's our #1 most awesome weapon.
Well, there you are, our top 10 awesome weapons. Although I still think the flamethrower should have won.
But it's something you made up.
Oh, be quiet, you want the lightsaber. Anyhow, thanks everyone for watching and catch you next time.